Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today we're going to be talking about the 4th of July sale from Covert Instruments. Is it weird watching me do that as you are listening to me? First off, let me explain my current situation. My best friend, Okay, really? All right, here we go. Oh, this is my life now. Okay, here we go. My best friend, Hallis Chalmers, the original owner of Key Picking, one of the founders of Modern Lock Sport. Key Picking was an online community for lockpickers in North America. It was one of only 3 websites that was available to lock sporters, 15 to 20 years ago. And he was one of the original owners. I met him on Key Picking, and he's been my best friend ever since. I've known the guy for over 15 years now. He's currently in the hospital, and I am taking care of him as best I can from what I can do, and I'm taking care of his situation outside of the hospital. So that's why I have not been doing a whole lot of uploads. I have no idea why my camera's flashing at me right now. I know that I sound like a chipmunk talking in a trash can. I don't know what to do here. So as I will start to try to build up a better situation here so I can continue providing quality content for the rest of you. I apologize. This is just the situation that I'm in for the coming weeks. So that being said, I actually woke up today late to an email. I'm actually subscribed to Covert Instruments with 2 separate emails, so I don't miss a single one of their sales. And so Covert Instruments is having a huge July 4th sale, and I'm happy, but I'm also sad, and I'm also regretful because I spent a lot of money already. And let's talk about that. So Covert Instruments is known for having 4 huge sales per year, but 2 of them are like the big ones. So July 4th is a big one, and then they will tell you that Veterans Day is the big one, but that Veterans Day kind of overlaps with Black Friday. So Black Friday being November 13th was last year. I think it's always on the 13th. I could be wrong. No, that's not true. The 13th doesn't always fall on a Friday. So I'm an idiot. But Veterans Day, at least, I think Veterans Day is like November 11th because November 10th is the Marine Corps birthday, and I think Veterans Day is the day after. I don't know. But I digress. Covert Instruments has big sales. July 4th is supposed to be one of their biggest sales, and I spent $210 of my hard-earned money to purchase some of these items. However, I'm very kind of dismayed or kind of sad that we're not going to see some new product for this sale. I was really looking forward to their Apex line. I was hoping that would be released today, or they just put out that this Project Slinger McNally lockpick set. I was really hoping that would be available today. I was really hoping anything new would be available today for July 4th, but nothing is. But that's okay because I still love Covert Instruments and I still took advantage of this sale. Let me talk to you about what you should be taking advantage of for this sale. And then, I'll just move on with my life because I know that I sound like crap and my thing is flashing. I have no idea why it's flashing. Poltergeist, who knows? So what are some things that you should be doing on a sale? First off, the Covert Companion is not $90 anymore. It's $60. Holy crap. Their lockpicking bundle is $55. So you're paying $28 for essentially the Genesis pick set, and you're paying the difference for that lock, and that's a really good lock. That lock is actually, so the lock comes from where all the other sled locks come from, but this particular lock is transferred to Pack Lock, and Pack Lock actually does the knurling around the lock so you can grip it, and then they tap the pin stack holes so that way you can put in security pins and you can make the pinning more difficult. So this actually has been altered by Pacific Lock in California, so it's a good buy. The Echelon pick set is $50. That's a good buy. I had 2 Echelon pick sets. One I put in marine shrink tubing so I could have thicker handles, and that's what I use a lot when I use Covert Instruments tools. However, it doesn't fit in the case. And the one that I did have where it did fit in the case, I saw someone was complaining that they can't get a hold of Covert Instruments tools because they're in Canada and they don't want to spend $60 in shipping. So I was like, dude, if you'll just help me with the shipping, you can have my Covert Instruments Echelon pick set for free, because I was hoping that might, spread the love of locksport. But lately I've been noticing anybody that I try to help out in locksport, they'll take the free stuff and then you just dip out and disappear. So hopefully people will take advantage of this sale and that they'll purchase a $50 lockpick set and stick to the hobby. Stick to it. Don't give up after a couple weeks. We have the Covert tubular lockpick for $40. That's a very good price. Most tubular lockpicks are between $50 to $100. The slim pickings is $40. That's a good price too. But that's not the biggest sales. The Genesis pick set is $25. That's pretty decent. The Riv pick is $15. If you don't have a Riv pick, get yourself a Riv pick. This thing fits in the little pocket of your jeans that we don't use anything for, and I love it. It also fits in the crease of a bifold wallet. The Replicant is $90. I was hoping to see that guy on sale. In fact, I want one so badly. Like, I already have one. They sent me one for review. I have pretty much destroyed that thing using it so much, playing around with it, that I kind of want to buy a new one. They are giving this one, when you do buy it full price, you are going to get some key readers, which is cool. I think that's great. But I don't know if that's necessarily a part of the sale. It says replicant orders will come with a free key gauges, see images. So I was hoping that they would just include that in the product, but it looks like that's a part of the sale. I think that's great. However, I don't think that that's going to get my money today, and so I'll just put that off for the near future. What got my money was the Lishi tools, all of these Lishi tools. Guys, so Covert Instruments has the most affordable prices on Lishi in North America. The only person that comes second is Brokage, which is lockpicks.com, owned by Brokage, based out of Florida. And I suspect that Brokage is probably getting a lot of their Lishis from Covert Instruments, because Covert Instruments can beat everybody by $5 minimum, even on sale. So if I were to type in Brokage, let's go to lockpicks.com, and let's see what sales they're doing. I guarantee you their Lishi tools are not $15 and $45. So I don't see any sales for 4th of July. Maybe they haven't started, but let's go to their Lishi and we'll see what their normal prices are for Lishi. So an SC4 left hand, which is going to be the same price as the right hand, is $70 freaking dollars. Go over to Covert Instruments. Okay, let me get rid of this. Go over to Covert Instruments, and they're selling residential tools for $45. That's nearly half. It's half. It's exactly half of what lockpicks.com is selling. So you can get your Lishi residential tools for half off right now, which is insane. I don't know if that's the cheapest they've ever done. They may have did it for $50 last year when I originally bought all my Lishi residentials, but I'm so proud that I have those. So I bought a quick set Lishi residential because I pretty much deformed mine a little bit when I was competing in the Lishi lockpicking competition at the Texas Locksmith Association convention last October in Pflugerville, Texas. I'm going back this September, but I was cranking so hard trying to get some binding pins that the lever arm kind of ripped off, and then I put it back on and it's never been the same. So I purchased a new quick set KW1. I wanted to buy a new Schleg, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a new quick set and a new Schleg SC1 because those will be a part of my everyday carry. And then I was like, I don't use the other Schleg SC1 that much, and I can pick Schleg locks like nobody's business. So I couldn't justify the $45 right now because I already have one. I don't need a second one. But I bought the KW1 for $45, and what you want to take advantage of right now is you want to buy their Automotive Lishis. Listen to me. If you are getting into locksmithing, if you are in the military, if you are in law enforcement, if you are just a hobbyist lockpicker like me, I've never seen Lishi tools for $15, ever. Never seen them for $15. So I bought every single one of their Automotive Lishis. I bought the Ford, I bought the Chrysler, I bought the GM, I bought the Toyota. What else did I get? Oh man, I have $210 worth of Lishis at $15 each coming to my home. So I bought the GM, I bought the BMW. I already have a BMW, but it's $15. Come on. So I'm gonna have a complete set here. The BMW that I have is it's not a knockoff, but it's made from a different manufacturer from Lishi. I wanted them to all, it's $15. Okay. I didn't have to buy the BMW one because I already had one, but it's $15, whatever. Bought the GM, bought the Toyota, bought the Mazda, and bought the Subaru. Are you kidding me? Are you 15? They're $15. Hey, are you guys buying this shit? I'm yelling at nobody right now. I definitely did that. And I originally had put a bunch of patches in my shopping cart. I really wanted to get this Collector's Patches Season 2 for $12, and that's a good deal. They're, $4 each for those patches. I'm never really going to use them. I have all the other patches. I wanted these to kind of complete my collection, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to spend $12 on something I'm not going to use right now. And so I'm also hoping that they may release product in the coming days during the Black Friday, during the July 4th sale. I'm really hoping that they do. If they don't, no big deal. We'll wait for those products to be released, probably after a sale. Sometimes companies will do one of three things or two things. Sometimes a company will start a sale on a Monday, and then halfway through the sale, they'll release new products so that way they can drum up more sales. And I don't blame them for doing that because I'm still winning. I'm getting stuff on sale and I'm getting new product. Sometimes companies will do a sale for a week and then after that release new product that would have otherwise been competitive against the sale items. And I still don't like, sometimes that sucks because it's like, man, I just bought this thing, you know what I mean? But like, this is now the version 2, you know, and they were just trying to sell out of the previous version. I don't see any previous versions here, and I don't know of any newer versions that are going to be released after the sale that would make me upset. I'm hoping that the Slinger, Project Slinger comes out, and I don't see that as a version 2. I believe that's a very unique product that I want to buy from Covert Instruments. Let's take a look at that. I really want to buy the Apex tool line. So I'm not going to be mad if I've spent $210 today, which I did, and I actually did that by accident. We'll talk about that here in a second. I'm not going to be mad if they release the Apex this Friday and the Project Slinger this Friday or whatever, or if they release these products after this Friday sale. Excuse me, I keep calling it a Friday sale. It's a July 4th sale. What is today? Today is the 1st. So we still have 4 days to see products being released. July 4th is a Thursday. I'm curious as to see if they're going to release new product. The sale goes on quite a bit. The sale, I don't remember the email, what it said, but the sale is going for a few days. So I feel like it said I feel like it's going for like 2 weeks, but oh God, this is going to be a Sandman. I waited 2 weeks to save up $50 and the sale was done. You screwed me, Sandman. You screwed me. No, stop. Just subscribe to these people if you're not subscribed for email updates, and I don't know how to help you, but I really want their Project Apex. Please give me the Project Apex. Come on. I want to see these picks. I want to see these glorious lock picks. I have seen the prototypes. I've been to the manufacturing facility. I've seen the prototypes. I've seen their potential, but I don't know what they're actually going to release to the general public. Man, oh man, I just wish they would release that. And then they're going to have the McNally Project Slinger. I'm looking forward to that. I realize I sound like I'm talking inside of a trash can, and it sounds like this, you know, Mr. Sandman, can you please come to the office, please? You know, like I'm in trouble in high school, but I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. I'm going to have something that makes me sound better. I think they call them microphones or something. I'll moving forward in the future. Project Slinger. If you watch keenly, I'm not going to pull it up, but if we go into YouTube and we pull up McNally's recent videos, you actually see this set of tools in the background. I think that's super cool. I'm looking for that. Let's zoom in on that. We do have 5 completely new profiles. In my opinion, these do not look like profiles that I've seen in their Genesis or their Echelon pick set. That is a rounded hook and this is a flat hook, but they look like they have cutouts for the high-low bidding here. We have a very shallow flat hook, which is very interesting, almost like a rocker style pick. That's interesting. I'd like to try that. And then we have a more exaggerated version of that where it almost looks like you have a small Bogota peak right here on the shank, and then you have that flat hook. Anybody watches McNally, you see that he does a stabbing, zipping technique, and then he'll, single pin pick. And so these picks look like they are designed specifically for his picking style. I went to a locksport meetup, and I ran into this female lockpicker by the name of Lily, and she was doing just that. I had actually challenged her to a competition. I was like, let's see who can pick the most locks. And she's like, okay. She's like, can we rake? I was like, no rakes, no rakes. She's like, okay. So she started doing this stabbing, zipping technique. She was flying through the locks, and I was losing. I was like, you know what? We're going to start raking. So I started raking. I know it was a cheap move. And then I actually won, not because I was raking, but because Lily likes to talk with her hands. So I was like, hey, Lily, so tell me about your day yesterday. She's like, oh, and she started talking with her hands. And I was just pulling through locks and winning. So I beat her by like 6 locks. And she's like, man, I can't believe you beat me. I was like, well, I cheated twice. One, I started raking and I said we couldn't. And two, I started asking you questions and you talk with your hands. And she was like, what the hell? And she got played. So she's actually now on my competition team. And so she's one of the best pickers in Texas by far. I'm looking forward to seeing her compete in September at the Locksmith Convention. I wonder if we can get her a set of these Covert Instruments McNally tools. That'd be so cool. But I don't know. We'll see. But let's take a look here. Let's see here. The Lishis, man, $70, $70, $70. They're residential. No, that's a Kawasaki. So that's for obviously a motorcycle. They have some of their tools on sale for $55. They're not really a sale. That's just what they're selling them for. I really need to get my hand on some of the Yales residential. Yeah, the Yales for cabinet locks and drawers. I need to get those. Oh, there's only $45. That's not too bad. We're obviously not talking about Covert Instruments anymore. I'm just doing a price comparison here, and I don't see any other good sales. $45, $55 is pretty decent, but you're not going to beat, man, you're not going to beat $15. Man. So, yeah, that's a really good sale that Covert Instruments is doing. How do I get out of here? There we go. 4th of July sale. That's what I bought. So here's the deal. I spent $210 and I was going to use a credit card and chop it up into manageable payments with no interest, mind you. So if my wife is watching this, I was trying to be responsible and not really add more debt, So I pulled up the virtual credit card and I went to go pay and I hit the wrong button. I ended up just paying $210 out of my bank account. So old Sandman's going to be donating some plasma this month. Just kidding. No, but I spent $210 all at once. So just so you guys know, someone came into my Facebook group one day and he was like, I vote that we require people to show their affiliations with lockpick manufacturers. And I responded because it's my Facebook group. It was actually Art of Lockpicking, and they have like 19,000 members. But I manage that. I have a different Facebook group that is mine, but I admin for this one. And I said, well, I was like, the only affiliate person that I'm aware of that's in here is Lady Locks. And she clearly states in her picture and bio and all this other stuff that she's a ambassador for Covert Instruments. And I said, so, proposal denied. And he just said something really awful. And he's like, you guys can keep, kissing Covert Instruments butt, blah, blah, blah. And then he left and I banned him and blocked them. But the deal is, I love Covert Instruments tools. Okay. I don't use them on a daily basis. I use 5 other brands on a regular basis. I love Covert Instruments tools. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not an ambassador. I love their tools. It's a good company. It's a good company. I've been to their manufacturing facility. They flew me out there. I've met all of their employees. I know all their ambassadors and affiliates. I enjoy the company and their products. And I got to tell you, this is a good sale. All right. So it's completely unbiased. I have my own locksport group. I have my own lockpicking team, my own competitive team. We're sponsored by other people. We're not sponsored by Covert Instruments, and this is a damn good sale. I stand behind it. So if my wife is watching this and you saw that I spent a little bit too much money today, understand, wifey, that it was a mistake, and I'm just going to go right now before I dig myself a deeper hole. That's all I have for today, folks. Let me know in the comments down below. What are you buying from Covert Instruments? I want to know. I'm curious, are you going to wait to see if any new product comes out in the coming days? Or are you going to jump on the sale now before product gets sold out? I'm so glad I bought those Automotive Lishis. I'm really glad about that. I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be more excited when somebody finally makes a case for the residential Lishis. But I'm using that US Patriot one, and that one's working out just fine. So anyways, that's all I have for today, folks. Remember, I'm not rich. I'm irresponsible, and I'm just a businessman blessed with many friends. And I will catch you all next time.